Are we ready for another roll reveal? It is the 13th of August, 2024 at, it's almost 2:45 in the afternoon. I'm going to start this roll, and when we're done with this one, I've got to stop and get ready for the auction. So this will be the last broadcast until 7 p.m. this evening where we will get the auction. It is Tuesday, so that's our thing. 1955 D roll here. Let's go ahead and break into the roll and get started. Pretty decent looking coins in here, and it's not a Harris tube, so they're coming out nice and easy. All right, coin number 1. Let's get started. Indigenous Treasures, Bethlehem. Don't think she is currently present, but that's okay. She'll still get the coin. You don't have to be here to get what you've paid for. Well, it appears normal on the obverse here. Got nothing on the obverse. Let's check the reverse. 1955D are not known for double die reverses at all, and this is quite the spotty coin, unfortunately. We're going to go ahead and give Bethlehem a credit for this one. So that's number 648. Bethlehem, coin number 1 gets a credit. How about coin number 2 here? Coin number 2 goes to Ant. We'll see what Ant gets. Okay, there's nothing there. There is a doubled eyelid here, though. That's a doubled eyelid right there. You can see that hump of metal right below the eyelid. That's another eyelid that was hubbed in at the time the die was created. So that one is going to go in the pile for Ant, and I'm going to do a marker check around the date to see what I've got, if anything. Okay, it looks like a big hump down below the D toward the vest. Gives you a little shape to look for. There's some of those hub scratches that we were talking about the other day. Right there, all of this stuff right in here, this is all sunken into the coin, which means that it was poked out on the die or sunken into the hub, and since scratches can only make a downward pressure mark into the tool that we're working on, it couldn't have been the die because these would be standing up on the die. So this was a working hub, or a master hub actually, probably working hub scratches. Alright, got to nothing on that one. Let's look at the reverse side of this coin. Nothing on that one too. Alright, so on to coin number 3. Coin number 3 going to Taco John. Let's take a look at what Taco John gets here. Nothing on the date mint mark area. It has a die scratch in the eye area. You can see that that is a die scratch. It's thin, well defined, and longer than the eyelid, so it's not a doubled eyelid. Let's see what else we have here. Nothing. A couple of other markers, little markers, but nothing else. Number 4 goes to Mr. Rizak. Doug. Nothing there. Check the other side, see what happened there. And I got a few little spots here and there. Thought I saw a die crack. I guess I didn't. So there's for Mr. Doug. Now number 5. Frosty. Frosty here. Let's see what Frosty gets. If I can find it. Oh, multiple die clash. How many times has that clashed? Looks like at least double die clash. Pretty cool looking. Doesn't really have much for value, but it is kind of cool looking. Nothing else there on the obverse. Let's check the reverse on this one real quick. See if we have any doubling here. Highly unlikely for 1955. D. Nothing there. So we pouch this one up and move on. Coin number 6 goes Chubby Pop Chaser now. Nothing on that one. How about number 7, sissy? You folks just watching out there who haven't done this before and don't really know what's going on, I'm looking through a roll of coins to find die varieties and errors and things like that for people who have paid for the coins out of the roll in advance. That's what the names are over on the right side of the screen. They're coming out of the roll at an exact order from coin 1 on the left to coin 50 on the right. And whose ever name happens to be flipped is the one who gets that particular coin. Then we look at the coins to see what's on them. If there's any die varieties on them, any double dies, repunchment marks, any of that stuff. We hold those out. We show and explain what it is while we're looking at them. Then we hold them out. They go to that person with a flip insert printed showing the die variety that we have found it to be. And then they get sent to that person. So that person actually owns the coin that we looked at. If it happens to be a die variety, we will change the flip insert from the generic flip insert to a flip insert showing the die number. If that die number needs to be photographed for coppercoins.com, we use your coin, photograph it, and then it goes on the website. And you get credit for having submitted the coin for photography because it's your coin. That gets your name in the lights on Copper Coins in such cases that happens. If it also happens to be a brand new coin, we also put that it's a new listing on there and give you the proper die number for the new listing, so that if you should choose to send your coin to NX to have it holdered, they will put that it is a plate coin, which is a photographed coin for the website, and they will put that it is a new die. It's kind of an exciting way of handling things because we get to open up a bunch of coins that we don't necessarily want to keep, to find the few coins in them that are good, great, noteworthy coins to photograph and write up die diagnostics and everything else on. But that coin ends up going to the collector who purchased it prior to knowing that they were going to get one. So we have found $125, $150 coins before and charged the user $5, and they get that coin because it came out of the roll in the particular order that showed with their name on the flip over here on the right side of the screen. We have fun doing this. We do it throughout the week. Eric and I both do them. But the show where we actually sell the spots in the roll happens on Monday evening at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We go through and sell the items in the roll, send you an invoice at the end of the show, and then the actual shows where you get the rewards for what you purchased comes during the week. At the end of the week, I ship those coins to Eric, and they can take up to 2 weeks for processing. And then shipment can take up to 4 or 5 days. So we're looking at anywhere between 2 and 3 weeks generally after the show happens before you see your coins in the mail. But those who do participate will tell you for sure that it's well worth doing. For those of you who have been here before, I enjoy your return trips. I enjoy speaking with you, talking with you, chatting with you, and being friends. This isn't about me being the elitist who owns a lot of stuff and is greedy about it. This is more about me wanting to share what I have with other people, share what I know with other people, and teach you to fish rather than feeding you fish. That way you can actually go and find your own goodies. There's another doubled eyelid right there. That little line, that little raised line below the normal eyelid, right below it, is called a doubled eyelid. It is part of the hubbing process, and it hubs that little eyelid into the die, just barely offset from the typical eyelid. It's a class 4 offset hub doubling to the south, in this case. Here's a little minor RPM, a little doubling on the upper serif at least. There is some on the lower serif as well. Not much though. I mean, it's really, really small, but I'm going to hold it out because, well, this roll has not been a great producer. And I at least want to show you something coming back out of the roll to people. Now, how would Doug know that his neighbor's running around naked? I didn't think that sort of thing happened in New York. Who am I fooling? All kinds of weird crap happens in New York City. Of course, arguably, he doesn't live in New York City. But maybe he does. I guess Staten Island is a part of New York City. Inside joke, huh? Well, I'm glad you guys know each other well enough to have inside jokes with one another. It used to be a case where I brought everyone together for the auction. Now, people bring each other for the auction. And the whole thing is more or less about friends getting together to talk with friends and buy coins. And I'm glad that that became such a realistic goal because of the great people we have in the audience who come around and are very nice to each other. They're very cordial to each other. Nobody's greedy. And it's almost a cardinal sin around here to offend other people. We do the best we can to take care of each other. And I'm glad I was able to foster a community of coin collectors as well as this group is. I'm going to hold that out as a possible doubled eyelid too. It looks like it is. It's a little bit light, but it looks like it is one. Coin number 19 for Sissy. I'm telling you, this roll is not as pretty as I had liked for it to be, but still has a couple of little things in it for us to beat around and chit-chat about. Coin 20. On to Taco John now. Also nothing. Carl got stuffed in upside down for some reason. I did this morning, so if I did it this morning, I was asleep this morning. There we go for Carl here. Let's see what we have. And old Chucky is about to get razored I am very, very fringy around the corners, and I feel like I need a real haircut. So that's going to happen here soon. I don't think I've had my haircut since the week before my birthday. I mean, it was in July. So I'm desperately in need of a little bit of a trim. I almost kind of feel like I'm either looking like a hoodlum or a woman, one or the other. Neither of which I really want to look like. So, yeah, we have a little bit of an issue that needs to be taken care of with a $17 bill. That, and plus, even if I had another one scheduled for today, I would need to back out because I'm getting tired of sitting. And, well, like with many other cases, you can't really do a whole lot about working while you're sitting. I have to get up and move around. You missed the reveal on the nickels. It was the last one I sold last night, probably around 7:15, 7:20. Not getting very far with his roll. On number 24 now for Dan McCumber. I think what he's saying, Doug, is that he missed out on being able to purchase in the roll. Not that he missed the reveal. And trust me, there was a bunch of people who missed getting in on that roll. Because, well, the nickel rolls are always a problem because there's only 40 coins in a roll. I should probably limit the overall take to 2 coins per person. I'm broadcasting. She probably wants me to go pick up dinner later. Which I will. No problem. But not while I'm broadcasting. Alright. There's another one. Right at 3 o'clock. Right at 3 o'clock. We're a little over halfway finished with the roll. So we should be finished with this one around, I'm going to say 3:20. Right at or about 3:20. 3:15 to 3:20. Kind of running through the reverse or through the obverses on these. No double die reverse is known for 1955D. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of spot check it going through it the second time around, but it's not something that we're exactly going to take up time during the show for. So here's a nice doubled upper serif on this 1955D. So this one's definitely an RPM. So there's that. This one's going to Bethlehem. Salut à tout le monde. C'est cool, merci. I think it says cheers to the people of the world. It's cool. Thank you. I think that's what that says. My French is not in practice. In fact, who am I fooling? I never really learned a whole lot of French. Je parlais un peu français. Taco John. Taco John. So if you remember back in the 70s, we had commercials for Taco Bell. And that's what they said. It was like, taco, 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 Taco Bell. Well, that's my entry statement for John now. Taco John. Taco, Taco John. Didn't get anything out of that one, but hey, we'll check next time. Nothing there. Kind of spotty coins. They're not the best looking coins. They're not as bad when when you're not looking under the microscope, just like usual. And it's like every other time I tell you that we're looking through the coins and they look kind of ugly under the scope. You pull them out from the scope and look at them. They're more or less just fine. It's through the scope where they look so horrendous. Here's that coin. It doesn't look too bad. It just looks like kind of rough when you look at it under a microscope. There's one from Mark. Mark. Taco Tico. There we go. We had, I've lived in Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, Tennessee. I've lived in places that had a lot of taco restaurants, so I know them. There's Taco Max, Taco Tico, Taco John. There is actually a restaurant called Taco John. There's Taco Bell. Let's see. Taco Mayo. Which I don't know why it's called Taco Mayo. They don't have mayonnaise on their tacos. Dan, you feeling loopy? Why you feeling loopy, brother? If you got stuff going on that you don't understand why you're feeling loopy, it's a good time to get somebody else involved. Loopy without drug or alcohol could be a blood sugar issue, could be a blood pressure issue, could have very low blood pressure. Del Taco, I remember that one too. That was more of a small town thing. You didn't see those in the big cities. Del Taco is usually that one taco place in the population of 5,000 town. Lack of sleep, that could be it too. That can cause loopy feeling. I know that one well. When I broadcast, when I'm really tired, sometimes I forget like 10-second intervals, and then when I come back, I'm like, what am I doing? At least I'm not driving. That's a good thing. That's not a today thing. I mean, I've done it before, is what I'm saying. But sometimes lack of sleep can specifically come from other things that caused it, like drinking. But yeah, we're not going to confirm or deny. Cannot confirm or deny. Oh, Orlando had one of those? Well, Orlando was a much smaller town back in the day. I mean, they've only grown since, basically the Disney crew took over the town. There's another one of the doubled eyelids we've been looking at. So there is that, even though it has a few spots. But that one goes to Stan. Now we're up to coin number 39. Number 39 goes to Doug Rizak. Let's see what we got here. Man, the more I try, the worse I do. I'm trying to give like personal entrances here into the show, just so that we can show that there's going to be fame in the role for somebody. And, well, it kind of didn't work out. There's nothing in this one. I'm listening to my air conditioning go wacko. But at least it works. that is a good thing. This time of year, not having air conditioning is kind of a crazy thing in the heat and humidity we have here in eastern North Carolina. I can't imagine what it feels like in like Louisiana or Texas or Florida without air conditioning right now. Chubby Pop Chaser. Next up, let's see. Nothing there. Let's see coin number 43. See what happens with that. There's Eric Beyer. Nothing there. Number 44. This one goes to Paul now. Well, it seems more and more necessary with every passing month to get more specific about people's names. Used to be a time where pretty much everybody had a different first name in my family, and I was able to just say, okay, Eric, and everybody knew who I was talking about. Or I could say Paul, and everybody knew who I was talking about. But now, we've grown to the point that we've got 2 or 3 people sometimes with the same first name. I have to mention them by first and last name. Makes it sound a little less personal. But at least everyone else and you know who I'm talking to at that point in time. Because if I say Eric, and I mean Eric SFC, then I got 2 other people whose ears pin up and back wanting to know what I wanted, and it wasn't anything from them. This is a roll ender here. Why it came 4 coins from the end is because this is a tubed roll, and it was poured into this tube, and the coins could have flipped around to a point where it was the 4th coin in from the end, or 5th coin in from the end, that ended up being the roll end coin that used to be that nifty little toner right on the end of the roll. Now we're not going to get one, so we'll just keep looking here. I can do that. SFC. That works for me. So when we do a reveal, we'll just put SFC on your name chip. 48. Mark Thomas. We got 3 coins left in this before we run on to doing the... What is this? That's an RPM right there, I think. It definitely looks like an RPM. It might be, but it's hard to tell because the coin's got a bit of a dent right in the bottom of the mint mark. But we've got these 3 coins left before we run on to doing the auction at 7 p.m. this evening. I hope to see everybody there. It's going to be kind of a nice, involved auction. A lot of goodies. A lot of group lot stuff. Trying to thin my herd. Wow. Some of these coins aren't pretty. Dan feels like Forrest Gump. We got Pauls and Erics all over the place. Crispy up for the last coin in the roll. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay. That one has toning. That's definitely a roll ender right there. It's not the prettiest toning in the world, but it is toning. Alright, folks, that means we're done for now. Got just a few examples of a doubled eyelid in this that we're going to take a closer look at. RPM or 2, and, well, That's about it. Not that wonderful, exciting a roll, but we can't get wonderful, exciting rolls all the time. Unfortunately, I wish it were possible, but we got what we got, right? I appreciate you folks showing up. Come see me at the auction at 7 o'clock Eastern Time this evening, right here on the Copper Coins channel. Be merry, be well, and I'll see you later. Have fun.